Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad, and it's time for your weekend outlook. And overall, nothing really major with the exception of those of you along the West Coast where you're just getting pounded with some very heavy rains, strong winds, and a lot of mountain snows. But for the rest of us, it's going to be fairly quiet until late Saturday for those of you down in the southeast. But those of us here in the Midwest, it's just going to be a bit on the chillier side. You can see here on Friday, yellows are normal temperatures. Normals right here in the Ohio Valley. We're looking for temperatures in the lower to middle 40s right now. Remember, our normal highs are on their way up. That's good news. But we do see some green, a little bit of yellow across most of the Ohio Valley and even stretching down into the Tennessee Valley and the Appalachians. A little bit warmer there down into the central and southern plains where temperatures are going to be fairly nice for you. And even those of you down in Florida, it looks like you're going to be warming up just a little bit. You've had a couple pretty chilly days. By Saturday, we see this colder air temperatures starting to work their way more towards the southeast because we have a pretty good developing storm system there in the southern plains, producing a lot of clouds and rain and potentially even some severe weather. This is on our Saturday. Notice what happens here on Sunday. Again, cooler air worked its way a little bit further down towards the southeast. So again, temperatures are going to be in the lower 40s, I think, for most of the Midwest, maybe even sneak into some mid 40s, but overall it's going to be a fairly chilly weekend, but it looks like it's going to be fairly dry. Now here on Saturday, fairly dry right in this area, a little bit of snow there in the Appalachians up towards the northeast, but look at all this energy off towards the west. Lots of snow, lots of rain across the west coast and the Rockies, but the rest of us again on our Friday will be fairly dry. By Saturday, look what happens. That system starts working its way out of the Rockies, starting to pull up some really nice moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. Fuel, we could be looking at some severe weather in the lower Mississippi Valley. There could be some strong thunderstorms also in the mid central plains, but I don't think anything really all that severe. But it looks like this is going to be more of a rain event for you because, again, of those warmer temperatures. Saturday for the Midwest and points up towards the northeast, it's going to be fairly dry, which means the sun should be out. Now, by Sunday, watch what happens. This system is now pulling its way towards the southeast. Florida, Saturday night on into Sunday, very, very wet, very, very stormy. We could be looking at severe weather, those of you down in Florida and portions of the southeast, rain stretching back towards the northern Rockies, where you will be seeing some snow up there. But here's another bit of energy working its way back into southern California, and that's thanks to El Nino. You're going to continue to get pounded over the next several days. Now, let's take a look at the first full week of February. Remember, tomorrow's Groundhog Day. Looks like for next week, temperatures are going to be fairly warm across most of the central U.S. The southeast is going to be chilly and along the west coast. And that's because you're going to be fairly wet. Take a look. Very wet conditions there in the southwest around California and up towards the northwest, and even a little bit up in the northern plains. But with temperatures, again, very warm, I don't see this being much of a snowmaker. It dries out as you head east with the exception of Florida. And once again, that's going to keep your temperatures a little bit below normal as well. Now remember, tomorrow is Groundhog Day, so make sure you tune in. I'll have an update on what Punxsutawney Phil has in store for us for the next 6 weeks. Until then, I'm George, the Weather Dad.